MKX still has a way out of the corner, but it's much more unsafe. He goes for an EX slide and that gets punished. You are looking at absolute death. But you take a look at it, on the other hand, MKX having those tick grabs might prove to be very well if Gandyman isn't ready for it. But here we go. Round number 1. Sticking with that Master Storm's weight and just kind of spacing out MKX's normals. And that's exactly what we're talking about. The orb getting that first bar meter just by throwing it out there.
And a rare beat out on the NJP from Raiden. That thing is one of the most high priority NJPs in the game. It's got great active frames and a big ol' hitbox, and there you go, not respecting that other orb you could not see on the screen, and Gandy already getting some tricks going.
Now, and that's going to be one of the beautiful things about this matchup if you're Gandyman, is having those orbs set up. No doubt AnubizBlackk doesn't really have the timing down on when the orb disappears. So he's going to be keeping that in the back of his mind, but meanwhile, all you have to do is lock down Master Storm's ready. You make sure that that other orb does not come into play, and you're sitting in a comfortable position. Oh, Big Booty trying to keep those plus frames, and he's spacing out MKX's normals perfectly, getting the big damage. No doubt going to keep that restand. And the EX Sarkatan stab. Going to keep himself in the corner. Unfortunately, no way around it.
And a raw sand grenade. And if Gandy had committed to anything quicker there in the corner, would have broken that armor. If he'd done a forward 1-2 might have broken it, but instead goes for the double big boot.
Oh, and that was an amazing trip guard off the 2-1-1-2 string.
But
Gandyman was sitting comfortably before, could have just sat back. Now he needs to be very careful trying to get himself the life lead again. And just a down 3 into the grab, going to narrowly close out that second round, taking us to round number 3. Now, if Gandyman wants to put himself in the right spot here, he needs to keep AnubizBlackk towards the corner. That interactable is now out of place, so there is no easy way out of the corner. This is where Gandyman wants to move in.
Getting the orb
Sets up that extra orb there just to put the pressure on. You see the threat of it alone, but AnubizBlackk just staying so confident in his spacing.
And had the balls to whiff punish the shocker, which he could have easily punched into the active frames of it.
And this is going hell in a handbasket real quick as Gandyman is slowly watching his life tick away. The orb is in play. He needs to get it out there and start getting some good damage. Oh, and now just look at that extra life tick. And the trade. No.
And armor's out just in time.
That is the definition of a tragedy. He had the Gaio music playing right there and still couldn't scout out that armor. It was so close.
Everything went perfect for Gandy, but unfortunately left the gap on the screen, and good stuff for AnubizBlackk to just try that get out of jail free card and slide his way into game number 2 here and up 1-0, but that was really close, and we'll see what happens here in game number 2. Gandy kind of going around. I know he's got a Shinnok. I know he's got a couple other characters on in his pocket, but that looked good enough to where I'd still feel confident in the pick going into game number 2.
Absolutely. There was no reason for him to stay off of, to get off of Master Storm's Raiden here. He had the right idea, kept him close to the corner for a good part of the set. Unfortunately, with MKX's strings and his combos, has a lot of carry from corner to corner. So once AnubizBlackk got that momentum, it was really hard to keep him in the corner. Just really didn't scout out that EX slide, but that could have really brought it back. But it's a good presence of mind for AnubizBlackk to stay composed, even when he's watching all of that health tick away from the orb.
In a raw EX slide, that's confidence right there in your play.
He's feeling himself too, and having that narrow win of the game 1 is definitely going to make him a little bit more confident going into game number 2. But Gandyman quickly turning the tides, already has his back away from that corner. And you see, even with the pressure, AnubizBlackk knows that MKX's strings give him good pushback to slowly creep away from the corner, more towards mid-screen. That EX Vicinity Glass into the grab.
One of the best armor moves in the game and barely makes it over. He got in that string.
Wow, and that is the second time in a row that 2-1-1-2-2 string is beating out Raiden's neutral jump punch. You really don't see it that often.
Oh, and a great anti-AnubizBlackk. I'm not even sure what normal that was, to be completely honest with you. That was out of nowhere. And great reaction from AnubizBlackk, just taking the life out of Gandy here, trying to put some nails in the coffin.
Tell me that was MKX's back too, that we haven't seen in ages. That wasn't even that was not a reaction. That was one of the hardest reads he could have possibly made right now. And it was so beautiful to see something like that. Oh, could have got a punish on the whiff command grab, but now Gandyman going for the little bits of damage, keeping his distance, and hopefully going to try and force AnubizBlackk to kind of come a little bit more towards him. Master Storms has a little bit of the keep away game between his orbs and... Oh wow, he just clipped him with that slide and spending the bar to get the extra damage.
And the corner push of Superman going to get some orbs up. And not beating out the NJP this time, and Gandy getting that round.
God, the dunk by Raiden's neutral jump punch. Normally never ceases to fail, but AnubizBlackk has been kind of controlling that.
Yeah, that's something that most players are frightened to press a button against because it will just swallow you whole into a full combo, corner carry, potential mix-up.
Needs to be careful. Gotta watch his feet there. Get AnubizBlackk off that ball. What the? Wow, that was a hell of a jump punch there. We see now all that damage taking away for one mistake.
Oh. And another anti-air from him. He has anti-aired with 3 different buttons. It may be 4 to 5 different buttons at this point. What a nice little stand jab. And it has been great how he's controlled almost all aspects of the match. Gandy's tried to fight and scrap his way into these rounds, but AnubizBlack's been in full control.
I mean, we're seeing it now. AnubizBlackk has made his statement that the air belongs to him. That is his area. He has not given Gandyman a chance to get away with one jump and attack. He's either stuffed the neutral jump punch or he's anti-aired every single one of his jump-ins. So now Gandyman needs to really take a second and work more towards a ground game approach because clearly the jump punches are just not going to work here tonight. Now going into game number 3, Gandyman really needs to make something happen. The worst thing you could have happen to you is have really close matches but still get 3-0'd, especially going into really one of the first rounds here in week number 9.
Yeah, and AnubizBlackk, I don't know if he backed out or got disconnected there, but we're gonna get him back in here for the 3rd game and see what happens.
Now, I didn't really get to see it, but this is actually kind of a blessing in disguise if you think about it. If you're Gandyman, you want to take a second to think, is it time to bring out that smoke? Because now Raiden has been getting him into the 3rd round for both matches now, but it's just not closing out. There's something missing there that he's just not doing. Maybe he's not familiar on dealing with this sort of Aaron Black gameplay. But I think Smoke might be the right decision to make here. He's played Smoke since day 1. It's a decision he needs to make. And he's going to take some time to think about it. You did mention Shinnok. He is thinking about Shinnok.
And goes to SylverRye Bone Shaper. We haven't seen a good old SylverRye Bone Shaper in a long time. Not since the days of DJT and Wound Cowboy.
Oh. You got to miss those days, man.
Yep.
Hey, even then, DJT's just waiting. He's just waiting. You know he's just sitting back, doing a couple weeks.
Big D, I will never forget this in all of my life. Walking into, I believe it was a Summer Jam venue and walking up to the team tournament, and we had to play Yomi, and all I hear is DJT walk up and he goes, "I am a samurai," and I'll never forget that in my entire life. And he picked Shinnok right out of the gate.
I actually picture his face clearly with that too. Moving in, AnubizBlackk making quick work of Gandyman's Bone Shape right now. We haven't even seen Gandyman hit a button yet, to be completely honest. And this is tough to watch because if you're Gandyman, you're looking at this like, man, I made the wrong choice.
Yeah, especially when getting flawless by your the counter pick in your mind, that's just icing on the cake for your opponent. And using the hit stun off that back two and going for the mix and everything going right for AnubizBlackk right now, playing lights out.
And just whiffing the side. He's just trying a whole bunch of stuff. Really at this point, getting these tip grabs, getting all of this damage, even outside of his combos. EX sliding right through. He's going to make sure that Gandyman is as suffocated as possible. But now Gandyman getting that back three to connect, and now it's his turn to get some damage on the defense. You saw just how quickly Gandyman was looking on pretty much his tournament life. And now the life lead is relatively even, but just as I say it, AnubizBlackk just staying as patient as he needed to, even when he lost that momentum. And unfortunate for Gandyman, really just was not as strong of a showing as when he had Master Storms rated.